Hi, this is Gary with MacMost.com. Do you have a problem with Adware on your Mac? In this episode, let's go through Apple steps for getting rid of Adware. So Apple has this great page right here, and I'll include a link to it at this post at MacMost.com. It walks you through getting rid of the most common ways that you can have ads injected into your Safari browsing experience. And one of the simplest ways I've talked about recently in an entire episode, you basically get rid of by holding down the Shift key when you start Safari so that it starts fresh without showing you pop-up windows that may be left over from your last browsing session. But there's some more serious things talked about here. So let's go through them. I'll just walk you through basically the steps that are available on this page here. So the first thing you need to do, and it's a good idea to do this every once in a while anyway, is check your Safari extensions. Safari has a way for you to install extensions that add functionality. So if you go to Safari, not Safari extensions, which will take you to a gallery where you can add new ones, but Preferences, and then click on Extensions here. It'll list all the extensions you have. Now Apple provides this list right here of ones that it considers harmful. So look for any of these. But in general, you should know what all the extensions do here in Safari. If you don't know what it is, you should type its name into Google and do a search for it, maybe to refresh your memory of why you have it. It would be typical for a normal user maybe to have no extensions. So if you see a bunch here or something you don't know what it is, you should definitely research them. Uninstalling them is pretty easy. If you select the extension, you can see this is a developer extension here, so I don't want to uninstall it. But if I were to click on install here, it would just get rid of it like that. And then it clears it out. So make sure you know what all these are and check these every once in a while. And know that some of them, like these here, will actually show you ads on websites that have nothing to do with the website and are being injected by these extensions. So the next thing you'll want to do is check in your system folder to see if any adware has been installed. It may be that you installed an app a while ago and didn't know that in addition to installing itself, it also installed some adware. A lot of different ways that a Trojan could be used to install adware on your Mac. So you want to check in the system folder here. What I've done is I've copied this location on my drive here as it suggests. I'm going to switch to the Finder, and the steps are right here, but I'm going to show you what they look like. Go to Folder. I'm going to paste in that location and hit go. So good news is that this folder can't be found. It means I don't have this particular problem. And if I look, there's a list of all the different ones here. So there's some in the system folder, some in the library folder, some even in your applications folder. And if you go and just copy each one of these, I'll do this one here and I'll switch over to the Finder again. And you can see the shortcut here is Shift Command G. Paste it in. Go, and can't be found. So once I get through all of these, I know that I don't have any of these apps installed that will inject ads. Okay, so next up you're going to want to open Activity Monitor. I'm going to do Command Space and search for it, and there it is. Now according to the instructions here, I want to sort by go to CPU here and then sort by process name, and then I could easily, using the alphabetical listing, search for these two things here, and I'm not going to find either one of them on my machine here, so it's pretty easy to see I don't have them, and then I don't need to worry about it. If I did find them, then what I would do is I'd want to quit the Activity Monitor and then remove this file here, and that will stop those from launching when I restart. Then restart my Mac and then use that same sequence there to go to these different files here and remove them completely, and then restart again, remove this one and restart again, and that'll get rid of any of those very troublesome pieces of adware. So it's pretty clear here. You just follow all the steps to do it, and it gives you some more suggestions to remove other adware files here, and you can just go through all of these, and then it just continues on with all sorts of other suggestions. And once you've removed all these items and restarted your Mac, any of these threats to your Mac should be gone. And then from that point on, just make sure you're very careful about where you install software from. It's a place you trust, and you won't get any of these back. And keep in mind, of course, you don't need to do any of this if you're not experiencing any problems. If you don't see any unwanted ads or strange things happen in Safari, then you should be in the clear. Although it probably is a good idea to check your extensions and look for these, and then maybe every once in a while check for some of these just to make sure that you're perfectly in the clear.